Well, hey guys, and welcome back to On the Shelf, where I explore the glories of my physical media collection. You know, a lot of people have a sick fascination with voyeurism. There's a reason so many reality TV shows exist, and it's not altruistic. People like to watch others flail and fail and judge them from afar. These days, it's as easy as checking the latest celebrity gossip on a smartphone. But Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window takes a more personal approach and shows how spying on others can be very dangerous indeed. Rear Window is the story of traveling photographer L.B. Jeffries, played by Jimmy Stewart. He's stuck in his crappy apartment with a broken leg after getting too close to a crashing car for a shot. He amuses himself by spying on the neighbors across the courtyard and giving them little nicknames. Miss Lonely Hearts, who weeps into her wine every night pining for a man. Miss Torso, the young buxom dancer who doesn't seem to know what curtains are. And then there's the composer who can't sell his play, the newlyweds who are losing that post-honeymoon glow, and more. But most interesting to him is the traveling salesman and his invalid wife, who have screaming matches every night. One evening, Jeffries is awoken by a scream and looks out to find the salesman's blinds are drawn. The next morning, the wife is mysteriously absent from her bed, and the husband is cleaning saws and knives. Jeffrey's bored little brain goes into overdrive, and he wonders. Hitchcock was the master of the slow burn. He was a firm believer that if you believed in the characters and the world, then you'd buy the story. And Rear Window is a masterclass in this regard. Tiny details like Jeffrey's dented watch and the little details in the various characters' dress and apartments make you believe this is a real place with real people inhabiting it. And without realizing it, you're drawn into the growing tension of the plot. It efficiently places brick upon brick until a house of taut nerves stands quivering before you and you never even notice it's being built. Well, while a lot of that is down to Hitchcock's directing and cinematographer Robert Burke's outstanding camera work, you can't ignore the incredible acting. And I'm not just talking about Stewart and Grace Kelly as his ladylove Lisa. 90% of the people on screen don't even get lines, or at least none that are audible. So Jeffrey's isolation and voyeurism really comes through. This is definitely a bottle film in the best sense, where you're locked into a place and one person in particular, but it feels like it's part of a larger world, even while the claustrophobic tension builds. Jeffries can't leave, so you can't leave. And when the monster under the bed comes for you, what do you do if you're chained to the bed? Well, this movie is amazing. It sits at number 48 on American Film Institute's 100 Years, 100 Movies, and it's easy to see why. Not a single frame is wasted on inconsequential nonsense. It's all world building and story. This is the tightest 2 hours I've seen in years, and I never once checked my watch. Jimmy Stewart is mostly remembered, of course, for being the nice guy in It's a Wonderful Life or Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, but the guy had a range and a talent that is definitely used here. He's edgy, sarcastic, and still relatable. Grace Kelly is effortlessly charming as Lisa, and I wasn't exactly surprised to find out she was a real-life princess married to a real-life prince, because her elegance and grace, no pun intended, was unmatched. Her inner strength and determination as Lisa came through, even to the point of carelessness as when she... Okay, well, you'll have to watch the movie for that part. But I think one of my favorite people in the movie is Thelma Ritter as Jeffrey's nurse Stella. Man, she's hard as nails, imaginative, doesn't take anybody's crap, and is fun as all get out. When she shows up, I get ready for a chuckle. But that's the interesting thing about this movie. It's so well balanced between tension and humor, giving the audience just enough of each so that they don't see where they're being led until the final moments. And then, well, we get to see if the House of Cards can stand. And trust me, it does. But what about the physical media, I hear you say? That is, after all, one of the points of these reviews. Well, the DVD I have is presented in anamorphic widescreen format, mono sound in English and French, and has English and Spanish subtitles. I'm not sure why the disparity between spoken and subtitled languages, but there you go. It's also remastered from the original film reels and looks stunning. From the special features, I gather that the negatives in Universal's vault were so badly deteriorated that the preservation crew had to go all over the world looking for copies to restore. Frame by frame, they lovingly restored this classic to theatrical glory. And the result? It's spectacular. It's so sad to think that without the dedication of the film preservationists, this movie might have been lost to the ravages of time. But I got it right here. And it's also a treasure trove of film history. The DVD is packed with awesome documentaries and interviews with Hitchcock, the cast, the crew, the director of photography, to give you all those little details on how they made this masterpiece and how the preservationists returned it to the glory it deserves. This isn't one of those Marvel Blu-rays where the only special feature is a making of montage that's basically an advertisement for the movie and everybody just says, "We had so much fun working together," over and over and over again. There's no pre-prepared and approved statements to hype the flick. It's just real stories from the real people that made the thing and how they did it, including Hitch talking about how he ignored the studio's notes, made the film he wanted, and told them to get lost. The absolute balls on this guy. But it paid off so well, those same studio execs must have been tumbling over themselves to take credit for Hitchcock's nerve. Now, I've got some links to the description in the description below if you want to get a copy of this for yourself. I'm not sponsored by any of these sellers. These were just the quickest places I found online to get this same copy on Blu-ray or DVD. And I just wanted you to be able to click and get one as easy as possible. Actually, my wife found this one in the $5 bin at Walmart, so maybe give that a try. But hey, wherever you get it, Rear Window is an amazing thriller and well worth adding to your physical media collection. Just make sure you get this one with all the extras. But what do you guys think? Do you own this movie? Do you want to watch it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Am I praising it too much? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. And if you want more vids like this, like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, happy viewing.